Hey guys, one thing before we start. I hate to be that guy that all YouTubers are, but I got to ask you to hit the like button and the subscribe button because it does help me out. It gives me motivation to keep doing these videos, knowing that you actually get something out of them, that you're watching them, and that you're not just sitting there watching for 30 minutes and saying, man, I can't believe I watched that for 30 minutes. So it lets me know which videos provide good content that people are interested in and which videos don't provide good content that people aren't interested in, and then that affects how I make my future videos. So please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button, and hope you enjoy the video. Thanks. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, March 12th, 2:22 p.m. Mountain Time. If you've been following Bitcoin, trading Bitcoin, investing in Bitcoin, you know that we've seen quite the roller coaster, ups and downs every day. It's been back and forth, green one day, red the next. But we've been in a steady uptrend, and we have reached a retest of the all-time highs. So where are we headed from here? Well, let's go over that today, along with a few cryptocurrencies, a few altcoins that are doing well while Bitcoin is pulling back. And I know when I'm looking for stuff to buy, I'm looking for things that have overcorrected, and I'm looking at things that have shown strength in a Bitcoin pullback. So if I'm finding coins that are doing the same thing that Bitcoin's doing, there's no sense in buying and just not buying Bitcoin, right? Anyways, so we got some news today. We got some charts for you. We got a few altcoins that have been doing really well, while Bitcoin's pulled back from 58 to 56. So we're going to be talking about that stuff. And let's get right into it. First of all, if you look at the chart, it's playing out almost perfectly to what we were expecting. If you've watched the past couple videos, we knew that if we came up and retested here, we knew we were going to see some resistance, and we're looking for this cup and handle formation. We've been saying that since 4 or 5 days ago, last weekend, and look at it, it's come all the way up and retested the highs, and we're getting some resistance. And now hopefully, I added this trend line here. Hopefully we hold this trend line. That'd be really strong. But even if we break it, I mean, we can come all the way back down to 50,000 and still be showing strength here. I hope it doesn't do that, but we have some bullish divergence on the RSI, and we're still only at 65, so plenty of room to run. The MACD has crossed over, so looking good there. Again, what I said is that I wanted it to be about a month, just like it was here from January 8th to February 8th. We are at February 21st to March 12th. So 9 more days would be a month, and that'd be a short month, 28 days, not 30 days. 31 days actually from the last run here. Just because February only has 28 days. But still, we knew it'd take a few days to get through here. We had, let's see, actually broken to a new all-time high on the Bitcoin futures. And this is what we want to watch over the weekend. As you know, if you've been with me for the past couple weekends, this is what we watch. We watch to see any gaps that get created, since the futures don't trade on the weekend and they open Sunday 6 p.m. Eastern. So we want to watch for where the high price of the day is, which is right now 58,725. And as you can see, the futures did reach an all-time high. The previous all-time high on the futures was 57,790. And so we want to watch, last weekend, it did the exact same thing. We had a little gap. When futures opened, it rose up a little bit, and then it came down and closed the gap. If you were patient, not my strong suit, but I was patient. I waited for the gap to close. I had a buy-in at 49,000 though, and it only went down to 49,300. Happened overnight. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, we want to watch to see. And it doesn't look like it's gonna break that high today in the futures market. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see a little down weekend. I don't expect any huge things over the weekend, and if we do, I expect to sell off Sunday night. So watch for that. On the altcoin market, we almost got back up to the all-time high. So we're looking at a similar pattern here, forming a cup and handle in this uptrend. We reached a market cap of 694 billion as a previous high of 705 billion. So looking for that same cup and handle formation. The MACD also crossed over bullish again. It looks like it's kind of trying to decide right now. We had some bullish divergence over the long run on the RSI, and then in the short term too, if we're looking to put in a higher low, right? So it looks like you got some things to play out still on the altcoin market cap. So that's what I'll be looking for. Hopefully we end up somewhere around this 53 range. That'll be a little lower actually, if that happens. If it happens, not saying it's going to happen. And keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is all for entertainment and educational purposes. So do your own research and make your own decisions. But this is looking like another cup and handle formation. And then if we go to the Bitcoin dominance chart, we've seen a good increase here. So we were trying to make a case, for a head and shoulders here. It's not really looking to be that way. It was a long shot, and we knew that. So let's update this a little here on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Yeah, figure out some new tools, make it a little easier for me to chart with straight lines. So we'll be watching this resistance around 64.77. Got rejected here twice, and after that you got kind of a weak resistance. Not too weak. That's a pretty good resistance point. You have right here, and then you even have, I'm not going to extend the line this long, but you even have back here, back in November, and then a gap fill back here in May. So actually a pretty good resistance there, 65.91. That would make a more clear head and shoulders if we were to get up there, and the strength that Bitcoin is showing with a potential future breakout in the next week or so. It could come back up to the 67, 68 area, which we've been talking about since I started this YouTube channel, that I wanted to see. And we're just being patient, and we're just watching, and we're just letting things play out. But we do have bullish divergence on the RSI, and you can see it shot up. Still not even in the 60s, though. 55.85. You had a MACD crossover, and it's looking more and more bullish. Looking to get over that equilibrium zone. But yeah, we'll keep a watch on that. And that's Bitcoin. And we do have some good news. Just news. We'll just call it news. We got good news. It seems to all be good lately. Just usually news about more and more people buying in. Bitcoin futures open interest hits new all-time highs as traders flock to derivatives. There's lots and lots of interest coming into this market, and there's just more and more and more and more. There's another one. Oh, where was it? Binance has accusations of U.S. customers using their exchange. That would not be good if that proves to be true. It is the best exchange in my opinion. I think one of the reasons that Bitcoin was coming down, if you remember a year ago today, Bitcoin had its huge crash. There's videos out there of the chart. Let's see if I could find it on the chart here. We would want to we need more. Let's see. So we need to find March 2020. Oh, I'm not even close. Let's see. See if I could find it. That's got to be it right there, right? There it is. It was pretty fast. 7th, 8th. So the 8th, we took a hard drop. 3 days. Was looking like, maybe we're going to hold on. Had a hammer recovery candle. And then dropped from 79.69 to 46.44 in a day. So they called that, what did they call it? Black Thursday. So I think people were a little nervous, and that could be why it's pulling back today. Anyways, that could be a reason why it's falling. It was a bad day for a lot of people, wiped out a lot of accounts. So always be aware. You could lose all your money in crypto. It could happen. Another article about the Binance investigation. I think it was derivatives that were being traded. So yeah, just generally I go to Cointelegraph and I try and see like what the latest news is. Another one, Ethereum 2, transition accelerates amid rumblings of a miner rebellion. Well, of course the miners are going to rebel because the gas fees on Ethereum are super high, and that's how the miners make their money, are off of confirming the transactions and getting the fees. So, of course they're going to be mad. It is what it is. I mean, I think as a miner you had to know that it wouldn't sustain. But yeah, it's been crazy. NFTs been selling crazy amounts of money. I bought my first NFT, and I'm going to show you my NFT in a second when I finish this. I just thought of that idea that I wanted to show my NFT. Collector turns down $1 million for NBA Top Shot moment. Originally bought for $100,000. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. So Beeple, digital artist, he sold his NFT for $69.3 million. And if you go to his Twitter page, just at Beeple, you can see the video on YouTube of his reaction. It was at like 20 million, and in the last minute went up like $40 million on bids. So you could see, excuse the language, but he was pretty excited. It's insane. It's crazy to me. And then, yeah, let's brag about my $9 NBA Top Shot. Let's see, where was it? There it is. So we got, yeah, and I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. So let's go to my collection. Here's my Top Shot. So I got Colin Sexton 3-pointer. I just wanted to dip my toes in the water. So I'm not a huge fan of the NBA. I'm more of a football and baseball guy. And but I do enjoy when the Cavaliers win, and did get to go to the championship parade. But that's my NFT right there, $9. So we'll see. Maybe I'll buy some more. I'm gonna wait for some packs to come out and see if I can get it on the packs. Anyways, moving on. There are some cryptocurrencies, some altcoins that have been doing wow. Litecoin's up to 222. This is the one I was going to mention next. Litecoin. There's been some cryptos that have been just doing really well as Bitcoin has been pulling back. And if you've watched some of my previous videos, you know that I don't care much for Litecoin. I don't think there's a huge use case for it. I don't think anything's really happening with it. I don't think it's really all that special. I don't think it's really all that great. It's just kind of a knockoff of Bitcoin from my understanding. I could be wrong. I haven't looked too much into it. And it's just, they use the name Litecoin because it's similar to Bitcoin. I think it's faster and cheaper. I'm not sure. But, we're all the way back here. I'm like, $42. That ain't right. But look at that candle. It's great. Oh, man, you'd love to see it. Looks like we're probably going to come up to some resistance here, get tested. But, I mean, if you look... You look at what we're doing here, Litecoin, we're up 10.5% on the day. And Bitcoin is down on the day, about 1.2%. It's coming back a little bit. It's looking good now. That's showing a lot of strength. And look at that MACD. If it comes all the way back up to where it was before, we had a crossover and a run. I mean, it's looking really strong. I mean, I don't care what the project does if price action says it's good. If people are buying, volume came in today. We had the highest volume since February 26th, and that was a down day. Now the 25th was a down day. So the highest volume, the highest green volume since February 24th today. That's incredibly strong. That's great to see. I bought this morning at 205 or 206. I can't remember. I did mention where I bought it at when I bought it. But yeah, I don't really care much for Litecoin, but I love charts, and I love when things go up that I buy. So that's all I care about it. Anyways, looking really strong while Bitcoin was not looking really strong. And maybe Bitcoin's coming back now because it's back up above 57,000. Maybe people are over that Black Thursday fear. That's my guess. And on to the next one that's really strong right now is Filecoin. Filecoin is one of those... it's like Bitcoin goes down, Filecoin does nothing. Bitcoin goes up, Filecoin does nothing. It had this really huge run. I think it was like over 100% gain in a day. And then consolidated dropped, and Bitcoin had its pullback. And it's been slowly creeping up. Had a good day today when Bitcoin was coming down. And the only reason this chart doesn't go back any further is because this is the Coinbase chart. So looking like, this could go on another big run, honestly. We just broke out from, I thought I had some lines drawn on this. Maybe that was from a different exchange. But we definitely had a breakout here. And we'll keep it. So we definitely had a breakout there, right? So now the question is, do we come back down and retest this downtrend line? Or do we keep running? Or do we keep the... uptrend line intact, which is kind of what it's been doing, just slowly churning this uptrend line. But it's showing some strength here, and it's been performing even as Bitcoin has been dropping. Even as when Bitcoin hasn't been performing, Filecoin has been today. And the other one was a monster trade for me, and it was like one of those ones, it takes a little bit of luck, right? Monster trade for me. Oh, can't go that, because that's why it initially ran. I was watching this at 21 cents. Let's see what a good chart would be for this. Let's go to Bittrex. Yeah. Anyways, I was watching this one at 21. I started to see it get a lot of attention. A lot of mentions just start to get talked about. RSI is getting a little high. It's at 80. I wouldn't say it's too high yet. It's in overbought territory, but when you get into the 90s, that's when it starts to get a little too high. But it was getting talked about. I started to get mentioned more and more on social media. And it's 21. I just never pulled the trigger. And I went up into the 30s. I'm like, dang it, I missed it. I knew I should have bought that. And at that time, I was messing around with Phantom, and it went up to 55, and that was great. Problem was, I didn't take a whole lot of profits, hardly any, rode it all the way back down, didn't really have that much of a gain, and now it's all the way down to below 39, so it's looking kind of crappy. It's probably going to chop a little bit here, Phantom that is. So I found out it was on a YouTube channel, so they're either failed pump or they are just pumping it to sell their bags. So it went up to 55 and they just dumped to get out of it and be done with it. I don't know. That's my guess. Or they just don't know any better and the developers are dumping or something like that. But it took a hard dump from 55 to like 36, I think. That's a big time change in price. So anyways, we're talking about Matic. Matic is moving up big time. So I did let it come down. I'm always proud of myself when I'm patient. It came down and I caught it just about perfect right before it went up. I got 29,450 or something like 0.29450 or something right below 0.295 and instantly went up to like 32, 33 cents. And I'm like, yeah, all right, good stuff. All right. You got to love when you buy something and it instantly goes up a little. Pulled back down to like 31, not quite 30. And then, middle of the day came, like 2 or 3 o'clock my time, and it just started running. And I just saw the candle just slowly going up, 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 up. And it's like, all right. And then you get to that point where I think it was up like 80% on the day, and it was in the 50s. And I'm like, I'm good. This is up ridiculously high in a short amount of time. I am just taking my profits and calling it a day with this one. So I did. Sold it at 52 cents. I think I made it to 55. And I was really happy with it. It came all the way back down just below 40. And I bought it again in the low 40s. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if that was a mistake. But retrading generally ends up for disappointment for me. But it has been showing some strength right around the 40-cent area. Right where that is. I'm going to make my first line on this chart. And I'm just going to put it at the bottom of this candle, right at the 39.1, which it came down to 39.19. So we're going to put it right there. We'll see how that does. I mean, you can see these wicks, it sold off 2 days in a row from the day's high. A lot of profit takers. I mean, anything goes up 100%, you're going to see profit takers. So, not super concerned about that. If it breaks this line, then I'm going to draw another support area right there. Previous resistance. And the exact area is 0.342, 0.343. So 0.343 is what we'll watch if it breaks that area. So watching, those are three. So Litecoin, Filecoin, and Matic have been performing really well. Matic, not so much when Bitcoin has been coming down, but it just went on a monster run. Big volume, 4 days in a row, it had really good volume. So we're being a little wary about Matic because of how much it's gone up. You see our support points. I'll draw one more, right about there. Previous high. 0.27. So those are the three supports I'll be watching. You might even be able to argue the 0.265, the low of the day on the 11th yesterday. So watch for that. Probably more of a range resistance. So I'll kind of do that. So yeah, we'll watch for that. I mean, it's been holding. It's showing 41.5 cents. I use Binance for charts, even though I can't trade on there. We're showing 41.5 on Binance. Okay, so it must have just seen a little spike. Anyways, Litecoin and Filecoin just been performing really well while Bitcoin's been kind of deciding and pulling back, showing, running into resistance. And then we got a few altcoins that have also been doing really good that have mentioned one of them more than the others, right? And that is Superfarm. I love Superfarm. $1.80. That's an all-time high, I think. So it's finally starting to see a little upward momentum. Looks like it's getting its increase in volume. If you remember the last time I mentioned this, we said we need to see volume. Like, that's all there is to it. Because look how low that volume got in perspective when you zoom out. Look how low that volume got. Let's see if we could. I think you go into the 14 days range. You could see that it's visible, but it's like we needed volume, and we're starting to get it. And I really, really believe in this thing. I really, really like it. I like that it's not like a knockoff video game creator. We're going to get these cheap video games, and maybe that's the case, but they claim that they're making LEO Trades is making a game similar to Overwatch, that you're going to use NFTs for like armor, weapon, character upgrades, stuff like that. They're going to be interchangeable between different video games, stuff like that. They're creating the Superverse, which is like the metaverse for in the movie Ready Player One. Just some really cool thoughts. It's going to be interesting to see if they capitalize on them. Still a new project, but pretty high market cap for a new project, 180 million. So that just shows you the interest. I know it went up a lot after the pre-sale. Did like a 50x or something like that from the pre-sale. I wish I could have gotten in on this, but they're still new. I mean, their website isn't even doing anything right now. So they don't really have a website. They have a website, but they don't have it designed or anything. They just have links to CoinGecko, Twitter, their Telegram, and I don't even know what that is. Oh, the Medium. So let's keep up with any news updates. So really, really good price action here. I mean, I wish I would have bought more down closer. I was waiting for it to hit $1. I never did. Because I said I bought at 132. I bought at 116, and I said if it hits $1, I'll buy. Then then every 15-cent increment from there, I would make little buys. So it didn't quite make it down to $1, so I only got my 2 buys in, but I'm happy with this. I have really enough to make it worthwhile. I do. I'm not like all in, but I really like this. I like the idea of it, and it'll be interesting to see like what they come up with. I know Elio Trades hasn't been doing many YouTube videos lately, so maybe that means he's hard at work. That would be nice. And then Pluton. This has been one that's been around for like 5 or 6 years. And I bought it initially at like $7. It went all the way up to like 14. It's really easy to move the price from low volume. So this thing moves each direction very easily and very quickly. It's crypto debit cards, and they've been getting used and they've been growing. So it's surprising to see the price. It's up 74% today. I bought more at $8.50 as it came down. I was watching it at $6.50 and I did not pull the trigger just because I in these low market caps, I really don't like to put too much into. I like to throw a little in there, and it's because some of them won't do anything. Some of them will go up like 10 times. Some of them will go up 100 times, 50 times, so it's worth it to hold a little bit in there, but sometimes they take forever. So I don't want all my money, just sitting there doing nothing when I could be trading Bitcoin. I can be trading Polkadot. I can be trading Ethereum and Litecoin, things that move regularly with volatility. That's what I like to do. So yeah, it's only a $20 million market cap. Really surprised at that. Maybe, it's kind of a popularity contest in cryptocurrency too. So maybe it's just not that popular. It could be just the name people don't like. Maybe it doesn't have a good logo. Those are things that affect the popularity contest in crypto. So a lot of volume today. You could see was 6.3. Oh, I wonder what happened. I wonder if there was something that happened. I'm not gonna waste too much time looking into that today, but big volume spike. That's good to see. Anyways, yeah, those are 2 altcoins that have been doing really well, and I'll mention one more. I'll mention 2 more. 2 more NFTs. One that I've been kind of disappointed with is Bondly. They had a lot of hype, couple good partnerships, selling NFTs. Sold off from above 80 cents. It was looking really good right before Logan Paul's unboxing of the $1 million Pokemon box, and then it sold off slightly before that. So I'm guessing people just bought on the hype of Logan Paul unboxing, and then when it got close, they sold the news. So it's definitely what happened. It came down all the way close to low 40s, which is still up from my 31-cent buy. But I was expecting it to run a little more, maybe reach over $1. So didn't quite do that. Another long shot. Could be a scam. I don't know. OBR, Order of the Black Rose. They have an NFT, staking NFTs, and thing is, like, you just hold it in your wallet and you get a chance at a lottery on an NFT that they drop. They haven't dropped one yet, so maybe they're making it up. But it hasn't really done anything. I'm down on a little. I have a tiny bit in this. It's just one of those that if it catches on, it's only got 1,288 circulating supply, 440,000 market cap. If it gets attention, it'll go big. It will. It won't take much to move this. So that's all I'm hoping for, is just to see something catch on, and it looks like it's kind of flagging here, making a little pennant actually. It's hard to chart this on CoinGecko, but you can see the line. You can draw the lines in your head. You don't even need to draw it, and it's tightening up. So that's exciting. OBR, just wanted to take a shot on. Lastly, can't go a video without mentioning my number one favorite, YFDI Finance. It's doing pretty good. I think similar to Bondly, it had a buy the rumor, sell the news. It went up. I don't think, did it make it over 7,000? It did not. It made it to like 6,800 something. And then it sold off. And the reason for that is because the Safe Swap governance token airdrop. So if you held or staked March 9th, they took a snapshot of the wallets, and you will get airdropped a number of SSGT dependent on how much you're holding and staking. So holders got a certain amount, stakers get a little bit more. I think it's March 22nd the airdrop actually happens. The snapshot happened. You have till March 16th to get the second tier airdrop. So maybe we'll see another run before that. But just be prepared. It might be another buy the rumor, sell the news. And then you also get pre-sale allocation. And I got in my first pre-sale today. I got into, bring you to their Twitter page, Impulse Ven. Yeah, got into the pre-sale. How about that? Pretty happy about that from staking my YFDI. All while earning 72% in YFDI. So, good things on the horizon. I mean, that's their first launch. This will be their first launch. And then shortly after that, they have their Safe Swap governance token. So, I am extremely excited to be in on my first pre-sale and their first launch. So you can go to their website, take a look at them. I'm pretty excited about that. You can only buy so much, so it's not a ton, but it's enough to, be worthwhile. So yeah, we got some good things going with Bitcoin. I would constantly look through Cointelegraph.com. I think they're the best news site for cryptocurrency, but I would look through that regularly and then just pay attention to these lines on our Bitcoin chart. This has been playing out almost exactly as expected. Pay attention to these supports and resistances. We have a trend line here on the handle. We have our support areas, our support zones, our lines. And then, look for this break of the all-time high. And then we'll look for the following candle to close above it. So say today we break above the previous all-time high of 58,367 on Coinbase. It's going to vary from exchange to exchange. If we break through that and we sell off below it, we want to look for the following day to close above it, right? And if we close today above it, that's fine, but we could always open and close below it the next day and come right back down to this trend line. So that's what we want. And definitely want to watch the futures over the weekend. We want to see if we create any gap or not. So that's what to look for there. And then, going to keep watching Litecoin. It's at 222 right now, while Bitcoin's at 56.8. Going to keep watching Filecoin, which just kind of holding that thing. Bought it at 37.9. Didn't catch the initial run. And then we're going to continue to watch Matic, which, I don't have a whole lot of faith in it holding right now. I'd really like to see 36 cents would be really nice. It's been showing good support around 40. So that's what I'll be watching there. And then, our lower cap altcoins, Superfarm, Bondly, OBR, Order of the Black Rose, and of course YFDI, where I've been watching really, really closely and hoping for good things for that one. So thank you for watching and have a great weekend.